So when I was in the climate movement, I did not understand how the world worked. And I did not realize that there are hundreds of millions of people who live in levels of poverty today that would make us in the West blush. These are people who are living subsistence farmers. They make $1 a day. They walk barefoot to a well to get their water. They are collecting wood and even dung to heat their homes, or not even heat their homes, but cook with in these enclosed areas. And the leading cause of death in many African nations is inhaling dirty smoke in your home in an enclosed area. That's like the leading cause of death. And millions of people still die from this, especially women and children because they're the ones cooking. The single biggest thing that we could do to help the most people in the world right now improve their lives, get them out of this subsistence life, which is an awful life with no choice and no opportunity, is to give them a gas powered stove. Something that runs on propane or butane, or there's different ways, there's different forms of fuel you can get from oil and the way you refine it. If you give a gas powered stove to people, overnight their lives change because now they're not spending 8 hours a day collecting wood. Their kids can now go to school because they don't need the kid at home to do work for them. Unfortunately, because of the vilification, the unfair vilification of fossil fuels, this type of technology is not held up as this amazing transformational technology that it is, and it's vilified. Up until recently, up until the last few years, because there's been a bit of a vibe shift, the World Bank would actually not finance fossil fuel projects. And the thing about fossil fuels, and when I'm talking about this, I'm saying natural gas and coal, is it's very abundant. It's a very abundant resource all over the globe. You can go exploring for it in your nation, and likely you will find deposits of it. And to then invest in that and to bring it online and then get your people to have reliable 24/7 energy that's affordable, it's basically the quickest path, especially coal and natural gas in the US. We've been really lucky with that. And when it comes to things like solar and wind, they require batteries. They require rare earth minerals from China. They're going to break down. They don't always run. It's so exorbitantly expensive. And when I have people in my comments being like, well, what about batteries? That just shows me you don't actually know anything that you're talking about. You do not know how the energy system works. And I used to be like you. I used to be in black and white thinking. My thinking ended at climate change is existential threat. Oil and gas is evil. We've got to go to renewables. There is a lot of potential, by the way, I will say, with nuclear, but that's a huge investment. It's billions of dollars. So when you're in Africa and you're going from subsistence farming to nuclear, that's just not going to happen. This idea of like leapfrogging certain technologies, I think that's really unfair. I think we should let people develop with the same cheap, abundant energy we did here in the West.